Hello my lovelies, this is Miss DeLuca, and this is the video to show you how to set up your notes for prokaryotic versus eukaryotic cells in your notebook. Okay, what you're going to need is obviously your notebook, some tape, marker, doesn't matter what color, colored pencils. This does matter what color. You need a red, a blue, and a purple, because red and blue together make purple, and that's going to be important. Some scissors. You're going to need one note card, and then these papers that you should have picked up. So you have your types of cells Venn diagram, your cells fill in the blank notes, some weird foldable that looks like this, and then these cut out words. Okay? So the first thing you're going to need to do, obviously, is to cut out your papers. So through the magic of television, I'm going to real quick cut them out. Okay, so we've cut out our things. I have these words on this side. If you cut the names off, that's okay. You'll just have to write them on your paper later. I have all these cut out individually. I cut out my notes so they look like that. I have this foldable that looks like that, and then I have these two Venn diagrams, and this one are flaps, so I have cut on those lines to make it flap. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble our Venn diagram. So I'm going to take a piece of tape, and then I'm going to put this one on top of this one, like so. Okay, I'm going to stack them together. Then I'm going to take my piece of tape and I'm going to put it halfway, so there's like a little flap of tape here, and just fold it over. I'm going to do the same thing with another piece of tape on this side. Okay, so I put it halfway, so there's a little flap of tape, and then put it down. So now I've made like a little booklet I can fold it open like this. It's stuck together. Okay, so that's your first step, what you should do. Okay, so step number 2, after you've created that booklet, is you're going to take your paper and we're going to fold this. You're going to flip it over onto the back, and then you're going to fold it so that the ends meet in the middle. Okay, so we're comparing and contrasting prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. And this is where you're going to take your notes from the reading that I left on the tables in those plastic sheet covers. Okay, so we have everything assembled. Now we're going to put it into our notebooks. Okay, I'm going to get these little pieces out of the way so I don't lose them. All right, and then you're going to go to the appropriate page in your notebook. Depending on what year you're watching this video in, it might be different. We're going to start on page 31, which is the left-hand side of your notebook. Notice the spiral is on this side. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tape down our fill-in notes. Okay, so we're going to take our notes, and I'm just going to put them kind of like this. Kind of leave space up here at the top. You want them down towards the bottom. And we're just going to tape them on like this. And then once you have this taped down, then we're going to flap on top our booklet that we just made. Okay? So I'm going to just place 2 pieces of tape, one right here and the other one right here. Okay? So this way I can lift up the flaps, and then I can take my notes, or I can lift up the whole thing and I can see my notes underneath. Okay, so that's side 1 taped on. So now we're going to work on page 32. Again, depending on what year it is, this might be a different page number. You're going to take your foldable that you just made, and we're going to line it up with this top line right here. And you're just going to, I'm going to put one piece of tape right here on the side. And another piece of tape right there on the side. So it's totally taped down. And now I can just open it. And then at the bottom, we're going to be drawing. Okay. So at the bottom down here, you're going to take your something to write with. We're going to be drawing kind of a bigger space over here on the right, like this. Okay. Then you're going to label the middle both. Then on this side, you're going to write only pro equals no. And by that we mean prokaryote. Okay, so pro equals no is a little mnemonic device for you to use to remember which is what. So pro equals no means pro equals no nucleus, and pro equals no cell membrane or membrane bound organelles. All right, and then on this side is only, and then the way that we remember this is you carry organelles and you carry a nucleus. So in your cells, you have organelles and a nucleus, and you are a eukaryote. Okay. So I'm going to draw my line like that. Now, it's very important for you to do these next steps. You need to take your colored pencils and you need to color. And we're color coding because your brain really likes it when things match. It's a good way for it to process information. So we are going to color all of our prokaryote things red and our eukaryote things blue. And anything that's both, we're going to combine red and blue together to make purple. And then purple will go in the middle. Like this, okay? The fastest way to do this is to take your pencil kind of sideways like this. And just kind of like you're doing a rubbing. Okay, I'm going to shade this in red. And then I'm going to shade this one in purple. And then I'm going to shade this one in blue. Okay, now when I say color code, we're talking more than one place. So up here at the top, I want you to take your blue, and we're going to just kind of, the eukaryotic cell, right? This side is our blue side. And then our prokaryotic side is our red side. All right. Now you're also going to turn it over, and we're going to color code our Venn diagrams so that when you look at both of them, your brain can remember the red ones go together, the blue ones go together, and the purple ones go together. Okay, so I'm going to take my red and I'm going to fill in my circle. All right, I guess technically this is part of that circle, right? Then I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to do my eukaryotes. Okay, I'm going to take my purple and I'm going to shade the middle. Ooh, purple. All right, and now we're going to do the inside, and this is the last one, I promise. All right. So before we tape anything down, we're just going to real quick color code our Venn diagram so that when we look at it, our brain goes, oh yeah, these things go together. So in my brain, I'm going to store those memories together, and then when I see it on the test, they'll be in the same folder in your brain so you can remember it more easily, okay? All right, so now we have page 31 and 32 set up. what you're going to be doing now is you're going to be opening this, and you're going to be taking notes in here using the reading that has been provided for you, okay? So what I would do is I would divide this down the middle, okay? And this side's going to be my eukaryote side, eukaryotic cells, okay? And then on this side, it's going to be my prokaryotic cells. And I want you to use your notes to fill in different things about these cells. Now, I did do some reading. I read and I took my own notes, and I will tell you that there should be at least 5 things that you're writing on each side. You can do more than 5. That's totally fine. But there should be a minimum of 5 things, okay? I also want you to include the kingdoms that this includes. So this includes the kingdoms. There's 2. And then on this side, we are includes the kingdoms, and there are 4. Okay? So you should have 5 things written on each side, and then 2 kingdoms here and 4 kingdoms here. Okay? Now before you put your notes away, you're going to take your index card, and I want you, with a marker on one side very large, I want you to write cell theory. And I want you to very quickly, while you're taking your notes, right? Cell theory states that, and then there are 3 things in your notes that it says cell theory states. Okay, so you're going to write down those 3 things on your card. Once you're done taking notes on your card, we're going to attach it to this side. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to flap it onto the side. So we're going to take this side of the card, and we're going to do the half tape like we did the other one. And then I'm going to lift up page 31. So it's just a single page. I'm going to line it up to the side right here, and then fold the piece of tape over. So then now I can lift up my cell theory card, okay? So you need to have your 3 notes on your cell theory. 1, 2, 3. You need to have 5 things, 2 kingdoms, 4 kingdoms. Once you're done with that, you're going to take these that you cut out, and you're going to tape them where they go down on the bottom, okay? I'm not going to do it for you. I will give you the first one, but you need to do the rest of them, okay? And I will know if you didn't do it, because I'm telling you, and if you're not listening to the video, then you're not following instructions. So I will tell you that the cell membrane bound organelles goes over on the eukaryote side. I made mine a little too, just going to cut the end off there. Okay? So my membrane bound organelles go over on this side. And then you're going to need to figure out the rest of them. Okay? Once you're done with that, you're going to flip over to this side. You're going to use the knowledge you just learned to write in the fill in the blanks. Okay? I'll give you the first one. Okay? So typically cells are microscopic and surrounded by a barrier, and we should all know that that barrier is called a cell membrane. Okay? Because it says, it's talking about all cells. It says cell wall up here, so it's not talking about a cell wall. It's talking about a cell membrane, because every single cell in existence ever has a cell membrane. Okay? Not all of them have a cell wall. You don't have a cell wall. That's why you can move around like you can. But they do all have a cell membrane. Okay, and then you're going to finish writing in these. Then once you're done with that, you're going to take these little bits that you cut out before. Hopefully you did not lose. And we're going to be taping them onto our Venn diagram in the spots that they go. All right? So I will give you the beginning. Okay, so we should know that eukaryote goes here, prokaryote goes here. All right, and then you're just going to sort them. All right, so DNA in a nucleus. Okay, the nucleus is what you should be looking at. That goes over in the eukaryote side. Okay, and then cytoplasm. Which one has cytoplasm? Which one? They both do. Okay, so it goes under both. Okay, and then, so the difference now between if DNA is in a nucleus in the eukaryote, then that means that the DNA in the prokaryote is just floating around, not inside anything. So it has free-floating DNA. Okay, so those are 3 to get you started. You're going to need to do the rest of them wherever they go. I expect all of them to be taped in. If you get done with this and there's still time, there will be an ad puzzle for you to do. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next class.